This is what happens with the hatchery in the morning. So what you have to do, for example, this is the machine, the setter, the hatch I mean. This is whereby you place your eggs at the 18. You have to pull the hatch. This is whereby you remove the chicks that have hatched. As I tell you guys, I've never posted a video whereby I'm in my hatchery, whereby we're hatching the chicks, because it usually is very early in the morning. As you can see, these are the beautiful chicks that we have hatched. And I tell you every time, when you look at me, maybe I have dressed in a very funny way, but this is how you dress when you're pulling your hatch. So this is what you're currently doing. This is what happens in the hatchery in the morning. So you have to make sure that you are pulling your hatch properly. So you have pulled your hatch. That's the first step. You remove, pulling the hatch is whereby you remove these trays of eggs that have hatched into chicks, and you come here, whereby you start doing the sorting. Here you can find that you have unhatched chicks. Also you have chicks that have hatched. So what you have to do, you have to separate the hatched chicks from the unhatched chicks, and you place those other eggs elsewhere, and you place these eggshells also elsewhere. And after you have done that, what you do, you have to crush these shells into smaller particles. Mostly, these shells are used by people that practice mango farming. They usually pour them in their fields. So we are continuing to pull our hatch. As you can see, these chicks are still asleep because we have removed them from a dark place. But we'll continue doing that so as we can be able to get the best final product. So guys, as I told you, during our hatch, the egg doesn't turn. This machine doesn't turn. I want to show you another machine whereby you have already pulled the hatch. So this is the other machine. You have already pulled the hatch. Out of those, all these trays that were full, only these are the ones that have unhatched eggs. So meaning you'll have a better quality of chicks from these machines. And when you look at this machine, it's very different from the egg setter. You end up finding out that it doesn't have the place whereby you put the egg trays. Because in this machine, you don't need turning of the eggs. The eggs have already turned. So when they reach the 18, you don't need to turn the eggs. Let me close this machine. You don't need to turn the eggs. What you only do, you have to place them in those hatcher trays and wait for them to hatch for you quality chicks. And that's what we usually do. We continue doing the sorting. See, from all those 4 or 5 trays, you have only gotten like around 12, 13 eggs that are unhatched, and we keep on doing that. We have to make sure that, you can see on that tray, you only have 2 unhatched eggs. Meaning 2 unhatched eggs, that is from around 50 eggs, we have 48 eggs hatched. That is over 95% of chicks hatched from that tray. And that is what we want. We want to be able to provide one of the best quality chicks in Kenya. Not only in Kenya, but also in Africa. You have just to have a clear mindset. If you have a clear mindset, then everything can align itself. So don't have a lot of fears when you're doing poultry farming. And when you're doing our hatching, you have to make sure that you're setting our temperature at 7.2 and relative humidity at 7. At 7.2, because when these eggs reach at the stage of around this stage of around 18 days or around 14 days, they usually start to produce heat. So when they advance to around 18 days, the embryo in the egg would have developed to become so big, so it will remove a lot of heat. So when it emits a lot of heat, the machine needs cooling. So when you try to raise the temperature, you end up finding out that you get a lot of dead chicks in the shells of the eggs. So you really want to avoid that, and that's the big reason why we keep on telling you guys you have to follow our channel. You have to set the temperature at 7.2 and relative humidity at 7. But when you are doing for the egg setter, the other egg setter, you can see the temperature is around 37.8 and 55% relative humidity. Because at this stage, we want to prevent the chicks from having a lot of fluid when they are developing. Because we realize that if you have a high humidity during the first days of the incubation of your eggs, you end up finding out that the chick will suffocate in the fluid that is inside the egg, so it won't be able to develop properly. Okay, so that will lead to huge mortalities earlier in stage of the embryo of the egg, and that's why you have to be really keen of how you set your machines. If your machines are well calibrated, then you can be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So guys, as I told you, I supply one of the best quality chicks in Kenya. Don't forget to give us an order. This is what we do, the best of the best. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Everything that we do, I'll take you step by step until whereby we'll be doing the vaccination of the chicks, whereby you'll understand everything that takes place in a hatchery. This is a straight video so as you can be able to understand. I want you guys to become profitable. Today I'm looking different because I'm in my hatching attire. So guys, like and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to show you how we do the packaging and doing the vaccination of our chicks. It's still very early in the morning, so when I get outside I'll be able to explain that. So these are the chicks. You can see how big they are. Usually produce one of the best quality chicks in East and Central Africa. We produce, we don't broke. This is what we produce, and we want to be able to supply to you one of the best quality chicks here in Kenya. So don't hesitate to align yourself with the wise people. Now when you align yourself with the wise people, you also become wise. But if you don't align yourself with the wise people and you align yourself with the other, what do you become? The choice is yours. So make sure that you are giving us an order. You can see how the quality chicks are. So the first thing that you have to do after you have hatched your chicks, you have to take your chicks and place them outside so as they can get proper aeration. Since we haven't constructed a house that is way bigger, whereby we can accommodate all the chicks. So what we'll just do, we have to make sure that we have placed the chicks outside so as they can get fair aeration. Because when you're doing vaccination also, you have to make sure that you're vaccinating your chicks very, very early in the morning. If it is doing the Marex vaccine, you have to make sure that you're vaccinating very, very early in the morning, before around 7:30. You have to vaccinate your chicks when the temperatures are very, very low. That's whereby you can find out that the vaccine can be more effective. And that is what we are currently doing here. As you can see, the maestros, they are doing the job over here. They are doing the Marex vaccination. As they told me, that is done subcutaneously. So that's what is really happening on the hatchery. Today we are at the poultry farm. We are at the hatchery, and you can see progress. I show you everything step by step. So after I've done with the vaccination, then we'll let the chicks rest for like 2 hours. Then we'll do the packaging. And also we have to do the sorting at the stage of packaging, so as we can be able to provide to you one of the best quality chicks here in East and Central Africa. So don't hesitate to give us an order on 0706 54 37 60. So after I've done that, so here are the eggshells. Here are the eggshells. So these ones, have to crush them and decide, are we going to put them in the mango fields? And actually here people say that you can either decide and do this, whereby you decide and feed this to your chicken. But I don't recommend that. Just use the lime. Lime is very cheap. Just use the lime. That one will be very cheap and will be effective than using this. I don't like this because it may have, whereby it may make the chicken have that taste of the eggs and they may want to be eating the eggs. So I don't like that. So that's why I really don't like you feeding the shells to your birds. That's why I insist this one can be put in the mango plantation, or you can use it just that way, or you can burn it. That's the simplest way of how you can be able to dispose this. Or you can just put it in your farm so as your farm can get some calcium in it. That is the best way of how you can do the disposal of this. So guys, as we continue with this video, the next step I'll be showing you whereby I'll be packaging our chicks, so as you can be able to understand everything step by step, from pulling the hatch up to vaccination, up to packaging the chicks, up to dispatching the chicks to the market. So guys, don't be left behind. Sit tight as we continue with our video. So what we are currently doing, we are doing the selection and sorting of the chicks and counting them so as we can be able to package them. As you can see over here, let me show you. I like illustrating. My other name is called Mr. Illustrator. Come on over here, the cameraman. As you can see how beautiful the chicks are when they have been packaged. And this is how we do our packaging. Usually for every 50 chicks, we usually add our customer 1 chick. That is what we usually do. So as we do like this, we usually do the counting. As you can see, Jina Kubwa, that is the name. So make sure to give us an order. And that is the number 0706 54 37 60. If you are able to call this number, then you'll be able to reach us out. And the name of the company, as the big name suggests, as you can see it, New Hen Farms. So guys, make sure you give us an order. We are doing the sorting and the selection and packaging the chicks so as they can be able to be sent to our clients. I told you, I will take you through step by step without skipping scenes. I don't skip scenes. I tell you everything. I give you the whole process. I give you tips that you will pay millions so as you can be able to understand such tips. Why don't you subscribe and like the channel, man? Do that and I will really appreciate. So guys, thank you and I will see you in the next video.